I've been bout my papyrus since I've been in it. Put me in a debate, you know I'm gon' win it. If I scream black power, don't get timid. If I say black city, I'm talking about Kemet. If I say black city, I'm talking about Kemet. Primary research and we done pushed it to the limits. All you dudes finished. The king counting cattle up with brother Reggie. When I'm in Oakland, smoke spoken, bro, they love the Chevy. Back in the day, it was the spokes on the chariot. Long procession when the king got carried out to every spot. Woman looking nice as ISIS. I read ancient texts, so my advice is priceless. Nubian gold, your ice don't entice us. Beating me harder than counting grains in your spices. Your heart was beating, but your brain dead, you're lifeless. Yo, they ain't nothing like us, yo. Don't try to make me mad. Make me smile and say you love me, man. That's real right there. Yeah, come on. You should listen to your main man's advice. Do a YouTube and apologize like Dice. On a back fade coming like the Antichrist. Egyptologists see me reading and said that I'm nice. I got a speller with your name on it. I'm like Sargon. You the type of dude wake up in your car gone. Told, cause of the money you owe. Before you stream, you should clean up that humble abode. Like I'm not in city for my woman in gold. I keep the pseudos running, people coming in droves. You catch me on a live stream with Pan-African James. When we building, call us by our African names. I'm for the children. It ain't nothing happen to change. We on that black hype, so we still packing them things for protection. Got connection. My complexion, pure black, that's the S. You love me? Show me some love. All right. What's up? We're gonna set this up nice. Play a few tunes before I get it in, though. I played one off that Hieratic album. It's called Do a Rob. Hip hop shit. You feel me? Yeah. New part-time at the Aunt Kemperu, I'm in a tap my try never cock him. Hotel. Never high by a new session. My heart is happy. Never high by a new session. That I write for God. Never high by a new session. They say my heart is happy. And I praise God every day. To a ride. A new Tefek. To honor the Aunt Kemperu, my try. I'm in a tep, never cock him. Renai, M. Shanu, Pasa Rod, Nasu Biddy. He too witty, never mentor. Aunt Kemperu, shooting at the root. To a ride, side. Jedi, Madu, Naten, the fair. Yeah, Jedi, Ray and Kim, the fair. Heard him, my mentor, Sayana Saru. Neb Key Ray, my Karu. Directly to the center of the cipher of the soul. I don't really know how to say that though. It go Aria, Heru, Wet Wawet, Masar, Ra, Hieratic, Ta Ankh, my Ankh Jet, Tuara, Neb Heru, Jedi, Ankh Kemperu, Tuara, Jed, Ankh Wasaneb, Tuara, Neb, Dirt, Newton, Gale, appreciate you. Tuara, Dahudi, and my Saneb, Anouk, Nefer, Netta. Never I vibe of a new session. Say my heart is happy. Never I vibe of a new session. That I write for God, you know what I mean? Never I vibe of a new session. They say my heart is happy. And I praise God every day. Alright, what I'm about to do. I think I'm about to go into my files, right? And I'm gonna whip out a source for us. A really good source for us. And I'm gonna share it and I hope we use it. It's a source for learning the ancient Egyptian language. But that song was off of an album called The Hierophant. That's what I call it. People be like, the Hierophant? Yeah, I ain't tripping.
but it's the hierophant, like the elephant, but not really. You know what a hierophant is? One who deciphers arcane messages, stuff people can't figure out. Like that Medunecha. There's all kind of slap on this album, though. My man said I should play that truck driver. Let's see if I got that truck driver up here. Yeah, one day I'm gonna play that some joints off that truck driver album. It's slap on there. Dang, I forgot this song with Feel the Agony. But I was, I recorded this. This is 2003. So a lot of the content is just a lot of rap, 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 rap. That's what people be wanting, though. Right now, I'm really on my hip hop vibe. I'm kind of on my study vibe. I got some time on my hands. I I still got some work to do, but you know how it is. Pick up on that on Monday. You know what I mean? Yeah, jump in the back chat, Kadir. Shout out to Sadiq. Always hold me down. You are much appreciated in the building. Yeah, but this was an album that I saw hand to hand at first. When it first came out, it was just hand to hand. But let me get to this source I want to share for all of us right here. Some of us probably are familiar with this already, and some of us are probably not. And what you have to do is right click the page. If you open it up in Google Chrome, right click the page and click translate to English. Since this is going to be, just like a workshop, I'm not really going to go over nothing. I'm definitely not skilled in hieratic. But the thing about hieratic is hieratic is not a language. Hieratic is a script. So it's like saying I'm good at English, but I'm not skilled in cursive. Because you can't, you look at somebody's homework or a letter a person wrote, and you don't know if his cursive R is a R or N or what. Well, that same thing happens in hieratic. So you got basically the same linguistic rules as Medu Neter, but you have different scriptorial rules, right? And one of those rules is that you read from right to left. The text go from right to left. Static in that regard. Unlike the Medu Neter, are the script of the hieroglyphs, I should say. And the name eludes me right now. Seshni, whatever. You can read hieroglyphs left to right, right to left, and in columns. Traditionally, hieratic is right to left. So at that source I shared, there's a lot of, this is a Russian Egyptology website. And there are a lot of sources for learning the Medu Neter right there, all kind of good sources. And I once I finish one book, I'll go to the next. I try, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I got everything out of one grammar book, then I'll go see how the next scholar is teaching it. But just finding one really good work in here to start, if you on Egyptian grammar, they got J.P. Allen Theory of Middle Egyptian Grammar right here, but we should be looking for his longer work or his work on the language. But as you see, they got all the Gardner right here, the TLA, a manual for Russian speakers. They got Moeller or Molier, whatever, Erman, the Vertebule, whatever, and a lot of stuff in here. The conjugation system in the Coptic language. That's a document I haven't looked over yet and will want to dive into one day. And then they got a digitized vertible right here, just like the TLA or what have you. But when we come down to the hieratic, excuse me, I think the first work is this one by Molière. So let me go back to the beginning. Hieratic paleography, right? Die Egyptisch Buchschrift, whatever. Obviously, we have to use certain tools to deal with particular points of this text. I'm not here to do that. I'm just going to look over, because it's a very useful book, because he catalogs different glyphs and hieratic symbols as they change over the ages. And so, but if you wanted to right click this, never mind. Sometimes in Google you can just right click it and search it and translate it for yourself right there. So this is what I mean. And just for the sense of this discussion, I'm just going to be using a lot of his graphs and some of the work we could look at. So it isn't very clear what he's holding, some type of a stick, right? And I ain't even hella familiar with seeing this glyph. This is one you see more often. This is one you see more often, all of these. But the one he started with, where the guy appears to be holding some type of a stick, is not the most common glyph. But nevertheless, you see how he shows us the hieroglyphic rendition, or the Medu Neter rendition. So, you feel me? And then we see Medu Neter ain't a language, it's a script. The Rodney Kemet is the language. So this is the Medu Neter script version, but when they wanted to do it like cursive or fast or in hieratic, he's saying you might find this about the Third Dynasty looking like this. Likewise, for the seated infant or whatever, for the child, this is a glyph for a youth. But if they wrote it in hieratic, and it'll be a bunch of different scribbles next to this, which would make it even harder to distinguish. But it would look like this. How about, I'll make these big just for the sense of what we're doing. How about the seated woman? Only in the Third Dynasty. So look about how complicated this gets. In the Third Dynasty hieratic, you can find the seated woman looking like this. When we go to the Fifth Dynasty, it's more like this. Always keep in mind that when we talk about dynasties, it is temporal. It has to do with time. But it also has to do with families of rule, right? And why is that significant? Because if we're talking about the way somebody wrote cursive, and you say the Fifth Dynasty, Third Dynasty did it this way, the Fifth Dynasty had it like this. Well, the majority of the documents we find of papyri are some type of official, somebody commissioned. They commissioned a literate person of whatever regard, he could have been a priest or whatever, to make that text. And so sometimes we got to keep in mind that if the fifth dynasty wrote it that way and the third wrote it this way, that could not be talking about separation in space and time, even though in a lot of cases it is more or less talking about how one ruling class's documents looked when they wrote it in cursive and how this one looked when they wrote it in cursive. Because there's nothing to tell us that all of the documents of the Fifth Dynasty look this way. And when we get further into this book, he starts to detail that even more. So that seated woman of determinative, which would represent just femininity or a woman, takes on these different shapes. How about this head for Tep? Tep being like the head, the foremost, the front, the chief. This is why we say the head of something. I mean, not like that, not because of ancient Egyptian, but that's the same thought. He's the head of that department. He would be the Tep of that department. But look at how it was written in the third dynasty. Like, this requires memory. Because there's no way you're going to get a head out of that right there. You might get one out of the fifth dynasty's version, but not too much out of this one. Here we see this eye, which is an ancient Egyptian word, ear. Some say eerie. It means to do, to make, or to create. That verb can be, you can find it in different verb classes to where it's like a doer or one who does, one who creates. But it simply means to create, to do, to make. It's funny how it looks like an evil eye, but it's just an eye with a long thing at the end. The connotation of good and evil is applied on it by our mentality. But I know what you mean, but it actually just means to do, to make, or to create. But would you know was that? I would have thought this was an ox head or something. I would have knew probably this one, but this one is crazier. So you got to notice this dot in the middle, and I don't know why it has this opening. But anyway, you start to see how this goes, but I'm not going to do this all day. I'm just showing you how this work is useful. Next, we'll go down to where he matches up hieroglyphic text with hieratic text, and we'll begin to see how it looks. But right here, we're dealing with just a hieroglyphic R. I'm gonna have to stop and go get some water. Well, I don't know why I'll be starting the show without no water. I just start the show on a vibe sometimes. And I don't be like preparing and stuff. I just be like, oh, let's go live. But you can find many meanings for this R. The most common meaning for the R will probably be a mouth, or just to represent the sound of an R. You see, when they got the single stroke under it, sometimes it's a literal mouth. But they're telling us in the fifth dynasty at Cairo or Abus, whatever, it'll look something like this. So some of them still look the same. Look. Some of them you just gonna know. You just gonna instinct, but some of them don't. And that's all I want us to take from that. Now let's talk about the significant ones. since we do so much research on Kemet, if there ain't another one word that you could key, you should see, I'll show you that before this is over. I've done it plenty of times. I remember I did it on one show. Then somebody went on Sonetta talking about, it's the first time Kemet and Hieratic ever been shown. It was like commission or something. It was crazy. But if it's in somebody's book, it's just the first time that you've shown it to your people. So again, we're skipping over all the knowledgeable information that we could translate and read in a book. And we're just looking at some of his graphs. Which is not, I don't advise nobody to ever do that, but for the sense of this video, it's definitely what I'm doing. So like, let's go back to here. Before we start to go into some instruction, we see this says Ebeers. And obviously we can see that this is turned to the side. So there's no need for us to even be trying to make nothing out. But, all right, here we go. But you can see the nature of what we dealing with here. Right? And strangely enough, not strangely enough, but this is just an instance where it appears this hieratic is columnized or written in columns. But see, he wrote this sentence out like this, and then he got the columns of those glyphs. So it's like this. If the original text, or if I don't know. Sometimes the Meta Nature is the original text, and sometimes the original text was in hieratic, right? And so I don't know what would cause them to just choose to do columns in whatever particular times, but you're still going to be working from right to left in most instances, right? So now this starts to just look like scribble scrabble. It don't look like scribble scrabble, it looks like a language that we can't understand. But if we wanted to start to try to learn it and understand it, and we know it starts from right to left, we'd be starting right here. And that ain't even in my memory. From what my memory tells me what this is, it shouldn't be that, right? But I can start to see some glyphs. Like you can see this man right here, can't you? So somebody could say that's not the man. So you feel me? That's why I'm not gonna do this without my training wheels on, because I'm inspiring myself to learn it as we pull together and start doing workshops using what they got. And when brothers like Jed and Ankh are available, who is a qualified instructor, I'll have them come around and make sure we're on the right track. But with the proper tools, which are provided in this book, we can get through this text right here because we got enough knowledge of the Meta Nature. I damn near know some of this already, just from looking at this. But again, we're going to do all the training rules work. We're just examining how it looked when you're looking at. This is a mathematical papyrus, the Rhine papyrus. And we're going to leave here at least with nothing else but hopefully the inspiration to get to the bottom of some of the stuff. All right, so here we go. We're starting off with what they call Das Alphabet. I wouldn't call it an alphabet, but whatever. We're going to just do what they do so we can go through and start familiarizing ourselves with some stuff. Now, it's better the manner he does this under, because instead, see, these texts are static. I mean, they're not being created anymore, and the majority of texts that have been translated, they ain't gonna change too much. Maybe a word here, a word there, maybe some completely new translations, who knows? But if things go how it's been going, if I would have read a version of one of these texts 100 years ago, the today's translation would almost be close to the same. So I like the way he did this because he starts to tell us different texts in different locations. So these are different texts, really. But these texts line up with points in time and locations. For instance, when he says Abu Sir, we know that's a place, but he also talking about a particular time period. He puts it under each one of them. So now you can see that this glyph for praise or what have we could look like this, to where he's seated now. This, bow. We did this again. But we're going to go over the ones that we're familiar with to see if we can play a little game and figure some stuff out. This is also a glyph for exalting things, raising them up high and making things praiseworthy. Oh, this is a dancing glyph, right? Yeah. Oh, I don't even want to say what that glyph is. You could kind of like see. It's probably not seen so often. I never seen it in no text or nothing, but he has it here. See how he don't got no other versions of it? Because it ain't used that much. But it was found in the Ebir's papyrus. I mean, that's just what can I say? That is I don't want to say in a tomb, in the sarcophagi, in his Nabank, arresting, but it's not laying down. But y'all know what I mean, and we know what that is. This is just for this ain't really an elder because he's not bent over. So it's more like an official or a staff or a seer. It says seer here in the Medu Neter. Seer, so he's saying like a prince. So this is what we'll see. That's why I did see one of those men sitting there. Remember, I was like, there go the man. But it's because I start to familiarize myself with some of these glyphs. And this looks more like a staff of old age, but this is probably just a great, someone great, like, you know what I'm saying, basically. Now this is old age here because the back is hunched over. When they got the back hunched over, it's like Shimsu, or not Shimsu, Shesmu, or something like that, where it means elder. This obviously is used to hit as a glyph for hit, but it's also used in words for instruction, like a seba or a teacher. You will see this determinative here, but look how we're going to have to identify it in the hieratic. So this will take like 30 minutes a day of looking over charts like this all the time and then going over the elementary homework over and over again. So remember the other day we was looking at the rock tombs of Mier and the blacks as called by Albert Blackman. He said that these people put the term black behind their name, and he called them the blacks in parentheses. And they said they was from a place called Kusay. I think this is what we're doing here, right around the 5th dynasty, Kusay. But this is how it will occur in the Elephantine papyrus. This is how it will occur in, I thought this was Kahun, but it looked like Ilhun, right? And so on. So I'm not going to do every one of these. The ones I will do, these are determinatives most often. Here we see the cowering man or the hiding man. It says Amen right here. It means he's hiding. And this is for purification. But it'll just look like that. How will we know that? So I'm going to skip down. These are words, but determinatives too. So this is what we should familiarize ourselves with this. This is what the hieroglyph will look like in the 5th dynasty, but in the hieratic, we can clearly see the only thing that seems to be the same is these strokes under the line that curls like that. Damn, man, that AI thing keep popping up, making it hard for me to scroll. See, how do I close this? Hard. Thank you. All right. So let me see where we could go with this. So that's like the the book you always refer to when we start getting into some of the homework books. So let me see. I'm gonna see if I can get past these graphs, but it's so many of them. I want to look at some actual text. And I might, I hope I'm not just clicking through the books. We'll see. But I know, I think I might be in the wrong set of books, so let me see something. I just want to keep going. Because it was his works that he got some good stuff. Some of the homework that he gives us to work with is actually relevant to the research we be doing. Right? Hold on, let me go back. Yeah. And he does Simroset and a few other ones. But I didn't download all of these books real quick and didn't really need to. I need to go to another section of his work. So this is Gardner's lessons, and this is for the regular glyphs. They got them all digitized. But let me find what I'm looking for. Damn. Do I gotta click the last one? No, it's still doing that. I'm hella mad. Let me see. So I don't want to go on no mad search right now for the workbook. Well, since I know it's on here, let me just, there it go. This says 1 through 4, but I'm looking for the workbook. Let me just click this just for, yeah, it's taking me to the section. I just went through all of these. So I ain't tripping. We just gonna keep it cooking. I got all that stuff on my computer somewhere, but I ain't about to do that. Hold up, let me look at my, right here. I need to come. So I'm gonna share another good source with you. Okay, wait, no, not this one. Hold on. No, I just ain't been looking at the stuff in a minute. Hold on. Just chill. Let me bear with me. Damn. I know it ain't this ADE stuff. Or, oh, okay, maybe it's this. There's a bunch of different Russian websites that I'll be using, and I might have pulled up the wrong one. This is another good source, the Dictionary of Late Egyptian. Just bear with me, we're gonna find it. They're gonna Erma. Hold on, debunk. Damn, I'm gonna have to find. I know. Oh, that's making me hella mad. Hold up. It's cool because I got it in my bookmarks. It just ain't the ones I keep pulling up. Oh, what's up, J Mill? Hey, you got that link to the Molière Hieratic Lessons book? It's the, or maybe it's not the Molière one, huh? To the Hieratic Lessons book that we were studying from in the back chat. That's how I know I can pull it up, but I might have to go look all through the back chat. But if somebody got that be in the Magi Archers back chat, that'll be cool. So I'm looking through all my links, and I was looking through his book with all of the glyphs, but I want the lessons. I mean, I can just Google it, it'll pop right up too, probably. So I can start wasting y'all time. Hopefully I'm not wasting nobody's time. You just chilling and listening and doing what you do. All right, so what I'm gonna type is this. Moeller, Hieratic lessons. Man, I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's see if somebody put that up there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We're gonna see if we find it real quick. If not, then I'm just like, damn, bro, how you got to do that? All right, here we go. Damn. I forgot it's called Basic Lessons. No, this is just another good source to start with. Basic Lessons in Hieratic. But I thought that was the name of the document. All right, I found a good starting point. Right? But the other one got stuff about Kemet in it. I don't know if I need to have to download this file. Fuck it. See, I be doing all this stuff, but I got good protection in my computer. Basic Lessons in Hieratic. I forgot about that. Man, I don't even have to download it here now. Oh, it's in the Hieratic Study Lab. All right. Thank you. I'm going in there now. I'm going to stop. I ain't going to even download it from here. Hieratic Study Lab. See, I should have been organized. Yeah, because I can't find it online now, so that's even better that we got that in a location. So let me see if I can find that. Let me see. I don't even be knowing how to work Discord right, but that's cool. I'm in here. All right, man, I'm about to do this.
And call Big Kodiak. Chillin' with him.
Yeah.
What up, Jay?
Yeah. What's up, y'all? This is J Row in the house from the Liquid Crew. I've been following my homeboy Casual all over the country, trying to do a song with him. Now when I catch him in the O, my voice is gone. It's a good thing thing I brought the homie
Yeah,
feel
y'all.
the ag, though.
Hey, yo, alcoholics, winos, lushing off the repercussion, white rushing, toilet bowl flushing, nobody touching. XO, Hennessy enough, that's why we bought the stuff, so everybody think this shit up. It cost $200, no joke. Aged dope, barrels of the smoky smoke, cutthroat. Throw you over a boat to float. Root beer float for 151. Shooting range, busting off guns with alcohol in our system. To casually, gradually uplift them with hits. Chilling in Oakland, that's the shit. In all predicaments, you wondering where the liquor went. Straight down the throat to the stomach. Agony, bursting up the blood vessels.
All right, thank y'all for pardoning me. Now, when I come to here, I thought this was the same Moliere document I was looking at, but let's see. It's loading up now, y'all. Let me see what y'all can see. Oh, okay. Thank you. They sent me to the documents. But why when I click it, let's see why it's taking so long. All right, oh yeah, that's what I was just looking at. All right, I'm gonna find it. Cool, it's all in here. Yeah, we got all these documents in the Discord, man. You can learn a lot right in the Discord. A brief introduction to Hieratic. This is Robertson, though. I want to find the one that's talking about Kemet. I'm about to find it. Check it out. Okay. Man, we got all kind of work now. Shout out to Sadiq. Now here we go. It took 30 years. Sometimes you gotta just be patient. So these simple lessons was what we start with in order to familiarize ourselves with hieratic text. Obviously, you could download this or holla at Sadiq to get in the Magi back chat, or just Google this document and download it. So, oh man. Now this is very good because obviously we be looking over these stories all the time. The shipwrecked sailor, right? And we know it from the glyphs, but gaining the information of knowing the differences between something or what a scholar had to toil with when he was translating it, you're going to learn that from examining the hieratic. So it says basic lessons in hieratic. This series of lessons in reading hieratic is written with the aim of helping those who wish to learn this style of Egyptian writing. While there are a number of books and other resources for learning the hieroglyphic form of Egyptian writing, there are practically nothing available for learning hieratic. I hope that this helps to fill in the gap a little. I am not an expert at reading hieratic. In fact, I'm just learning myself. So that is the humility that some people will put forth as they are making sure that it's content out here for us. And we doing the same thing. But he's saying it in humility, and I'm saying it in all honesty. Like, I don't know much about hieratic. This person knows enough to put together a basic lesson that's been vetted and all over the internet. And so here we have it. Hieratic is the cursive form of hieroglyphic writing which the Egyptians used for everyday writing. Hieratic developed early in the Egyptian history and remained in use for most documents until 700 BC when it was replaced by Demotic. Notice how they say 700 BC. It kind of lines up with the Nubian 25th dynasty. And it's really about 650, 640-ish or whatever. I start to think that the Nubians was heavily responsible for, or the Kushites was heavily responsible for switching that script up because they continue to do that throughout history. But however, hieratic was still used for religious documents on papyrus until the old priesthood was disbanded. Hieratic, as a practical form of writing, was the first type of writing that Egyptian scribes learned. So I don't know if that's still good to do today because there is less learning material on hieratic and there's more on the Medu Neter. But for some reason, they say that scribes learn that first. I think we hear that often. Let me take myself off the screen so y'all can just read the text if you want to. Hieroglyphs were taught to advanced students. As a result, many scribes could not read hieroglyphic inscriptions. It was only with difficulty. This is, of course, exactly the opposite of what occurs now. Hieroglyphics first, then hieratic for a select few. Hieratic texts are now usually transcribed into hieroglyphics in order to be studied. All right. Hieratic signs correspond exactly to the hieroglyphic signs which would be used to write the same text. That's some things people be tripping off. But again, he says the hieratic signs correspond exactly to the hieroglyphic signs, which will be used to write the same text. So when people be like, it was in hieratic, that's like saying it was in cursive. You're not going to get a different meaning because it's in cursive. You're just going to see it looking a different way. The same rules of spelling and arrangement of signs apply in hieratic as hieroglyphs. Over the course of the history, hieratic changed. The major change occurred around 1300 BC, resulting in the Ramesside style writing. What we should be looking at here what we shall be looking at here will be Middle Egyptian style of hieratic, used in the Middle Kingdom to the 18th dynasty. Most of the hieratic signs will be taken from the Papyrus Leningrad 1115. The story of the shipwrecked sailor, since the scribe who wrote it had a nice, clear handwriting. You see that? So let me show you. Let me show you this. So hieratic was written from right to left in the earlier part of the Middle Kingdom. It might be written either in columns or lines. All right. So right to left, and in the earlier part of the Middle Kingdom, it might have been written in columns or lines. However, later it was only written in lines, and those lines would be right to left. The individual signs were drawn starting from the top left of the sign, which is easier for right-handed people. Horizontal lines were generally drawn from left to right, verticals from top to bottom. And when you really want to learn this, you're going to get a calligraphy pen or some type of pen and really write the glyphs. I advise people to do that with the metal netcher too, but so many people who know the metal netcher don't ever draw the metal netcher or the the other script, the hieroglyphic script. So he plans to create a series of lessons, each with exercises to practice reading hieratic at first. The hieratic will be rather artificial, but later I'll try to include as much actual hieratic as possible. The exercise will also include places for you to type in your answers and the questions and blah, blah, blah. He's explaining what he's doing. I don't have to read this to tell you what's going on. So we are looking at the hieratic, then we have the transliteration value, then we have the hieroglyphic version. So I'll briefly scroll down here for anyone who wants to use this video as their source because they can't get this in other places on the internet. But I'm not going to pause. You should download this document. It's called A Brief Lessons in Hieratic, and you could go right along with us. But for everybody else in the chat, it's going to be like a memory game. So I at least got to go some over it to allow your memory to remember. So this is just the A vulture, but I don't know why it looked like that. I can't give you no point of reference as to what you're going to see. Just remember, when you see this, it's the A vulture. You see this is the reed leaf. Guess who made this mistake? Y'all remember Commission? When it was the two reed leaves and oh man, that was a funny night on Sunday at the TV. Anyway, this is the A arm. That's the I. It's a reed leaf. It represents the I. This is the A arm, which is a lowercase a in transliteration as opposed to the capital A up here. I call this the U chick just so I can remember it makes the U, W, or U sound. And I guess this kind of looks like a U or an unfinished W, right? Sometimes I try to have ways to remember stuff. If I see this unfinished or this F laying on his back, it's really the U chick. Whatever, but I don't want to mess you up. You use your own ways to remember as we play this little game. This is the placenta, which gives us the sound. It's a X, a lowercase x in transliteration. This is also the same type of a sound. It's used in words like ket or whatever, but it's a capital X in transliteration. Here we have, he used this as an S. Some scholars would put a Z here. It is the S or Z doorbolt. This is what it looked like in Hieratic. Now this one, these look fairly similar to where we should be able to, everything on this side look like the hieroglyphic. But these might be a little bit tricky. All right, so that was those. Next we got the B. This is just somebody's foot. I mean, left foot, right foot. This is up to the knee. It's cut off at the knee. So that is a B right there. Now this is weird here because this looks like it was an intended standing rectangle, a square type of a thingy, but it's a squarish rectangle thing. It's not a real square, right? But nevertheless, how did they come up with this over there for that? So this is one of the ones that'll throw you off. And some things have to be dedicated to memory. Just like the English language, you see a stop sign, you do not sound out stop every time. It's dedicated to your memory. You say, oh, that's stop. Well, this F vulture, I said vulture. Horny viper, snake, simply looks like itself. Now, this is the crazy one. How the M bird looks like a backwards. Wait, is that 3 even backwards? I can't even tell. My brain is farting right now. It looks like a 3. That ain't even backwards, huh? That's a regular 3. It looked like this, though, in this text that we're examining. Examining is going to be the shipwrecked sailor. And so, but that's an M bird. Still, if you remember when you see this 3, that it's an M. If it's a preposition, it'll mean like in, by, or something like that. But if not, it can mean other things. This is the in, and if it's a preposition, it could mean of or belonging to, depending on how we see it. Now this one ain't easy to remember because why did they have to do this? They could have just, why did they do it like this sometimes? You ask yourself that. But it's the R, but when they do it in hieratic, they leave it open at the end for some reason instead of just sealing it off. Like this is easier to do than this. Whatever. There goes our H. Lowercase h in transliteration. Capital H in transliteration. The twisted flax will just look like squigglies at the top with a line at the bottom. We have our D snake, which is a D in transliteration, capital, but the sounds are DJ. So don't be so easy to confuse the transliteration with the pronunciation. But see, one thing about Meta Nature, the manual decodage is really close to Unicode. So sometimes the sounds will line up right, but this capital D is not said like a D. To pronounce it, you say it more like a J. So when we say the Jed pillar, do you even hear a D? If I said his name Jed, you're going to write J-E-D. But if you know what I'm saying, his name is the ancient Egyptian Jed, you're going to write D-J-E-D. So this is the regular D, like David. I would assume, but I'm not talking more about pronunciation. Because this capital T don't sound like a T. It more or less sounds like ch. And it's written TCH by certain scholars when they want to write how it sounds. And it looks like this in the hieratic. So this is a hard one too, because this little angle, it looks like, you could look like whatever it looked like to you, but it's the T that we're all familiar with. So if you just remember, it looked like they didn't finish making the whole T. We remember that. We have the G here. The K, which is often seen and frequent. The Q and the S. I didn't want to have to do all of them, but they also give us some more pointers. The hieratic form of M was originally looking like this, which you would notice corresponds with the other two bird signs. However, this was gradually replaced by the sign given in the table. There's also a second form of the Uchik, and it looks just like this, which is taken over in the hieroglyphics, which is taken over into the hieroglyphics as. Okay. So let's have some of the fun. Let's go to the exercises. Dang, I thought the document was clickable. You can read all that stuff for yourself. But this is how this would look. So, everybody see the I, the P, the Uchik, and the M. And he put it in the column, I guess, for whatever reasons. So we'll go through exercise A and see if we can have some fun with this. In this exercise, some words are presented which are spelled with only alphabetic signs. The signs may not be grouped as they would be in the actual text. For practice reading proper group signs, you can use exercise B. I probably should just go to exercise 1B because they're not properly grouped. I will start at exercise 1B. All right, forget it. This will be good for us. I can finish reading the instructions. Remember, the hieratic is written from right to left, y'all. Whereas the R alphabet, or your translators, are written from left to right. For an example, if you have the hieratic word, you would start reading that from the right side and put down I as in translation as the first sign, and then a T, and then an N for the last time. So that's what you're trying to alliterate for that. And that will be the word Aten, the sun, the Aten, as they say right here. So you know you have Aten in your transliteration, which spells the Aten. So this spells the Aten. But if we, now, this show will be a lot better if you open up this document. Google basic lessons in hieratic. Because I can't share a PDF, right? I don't want to share a PDF. I don't want to share nothing that's downloadable and clickable like that. You'll be saying I'm the person who, you know. So, yeah. Now, this is the chart you're going to refer back to. I'm going to let y'all see it again. This is the chart you're going to refer back to. And don't even worry about this right here. Just do these two columns for your memory, because too much data will mess you up. If you see this, it's a B. If you see this, it's a P, because we only doing hieratic right now. So let's go over some of the first easier ones. And trust me, I don't have my training wheels. So we ain't in the danger room. We normally do this in private, but I like to do it in public to inspire y'all to join and to, you know, to commune, to congregate. Let's go. So here we go right here. Who know what this is? Off top. I made a big deal out of this 3. Y'all don't remember what it was? Dang, what's up with your memory? All right, so I'm going to leave these on the screen, right? I'm going to play a tune in the background, and I ain't going to play no distractory tune. And I'm going to let you look at those as I go downstairs to get the water. But what you should be doing is referencing back to your own computer. It's not cheating, it's learning. So you definitely should be referencing, because I don't expect your memory to be that good. I'm going to play another one of my songs off this album. It's called Bombs, featuring Silk E. I'll be right back, and keep looking at this text. Where it go? Where did the text go? Here it goes. I'll be right back, and I'm going to ask, what does this mean?
Got the ladies get looser and sacred spit. Seducer, producer, you speak of MCs. Half of them fear me. I step in African jewelry from Alpha Centauri. While you're rapping impurities, the nation is facing sterilization. But the polar bear can't stand the solar flare. And Rod greet him with the coldest stare like he hot. A towering inferno, yeah. At this altitude, dude, you can't burn up here. See your heat waves get trapped in the thermosphere. To confirm your internal fears. I ride off on the sound wave, popping your neck. All you hear is sonic booms or the Doppler effect. You rockin' correct, got some shit I can respect. You coming from the proper respect, we got to connect. Symbolisms, but speak modest. Nikes on my feet, that's what I think about your Greek goddess. Regardless, elite artist, the speech flawless, the beat arson, make white folks and hype so say. In the 6'7" Chevelle, 600 horses pushing the guide, you never could tell. 90 degrees on the lapel, wearing it well. You're medieval like your concepts of heaven and hell. When the Messiah come back, let him rebel. They probably deny his word and put him in jail. That's why you see me at the range and trying to buy a gun rack. It's simple and plain, it's called mental games. It's like
Alright, you had enough time. I hit them capsules and it was crazy. Hold on. You find this song. But the people are dying. Alright, what they go down. Thank you for being patient. Y'all got this first one? Every archer, no, don't answer if you already took, we've been doing this. But nah, that's not true. Answer. You know why? Because we got to freshen ourselves up too. I know this first one. If you don't know this first one, you tripping. Somebody write it in the chat. If you ain't looking at the book, you want me to go back up again? I can't keep doing that. I told you what the materials is. Somebody write it in the chat what this word is, and then we can talk about what that word means. All right, if don't nobody got it in the chat, I'm going to give it up in a second. But y'all tripping. Maybe I'm rushing too fast. Huh? Uh-oh, that was close, J. Will. I'm going to say you right. But remember, when we see the reed leaf, we're supposed to transliterate an I. If you see 2 reed leaves, you transliterate a Y. Remember that. So now I'm gonna go to the next one. So Jay Will, you get an A for that. Straight up, blood. Because a Y is an I, they be the same thing. You said that wrong, Shazmoo, you reading backwards. Shazmoo reading backwards. Everybody else got it. So now I need to tell y'all what that means. Is an ancient Egyptian word that can mean there. It means there. It could mean there. I'm trying to make sure I'm right in my head. Yep, cool. So now remember what I said about when you see the one reed leaf, we put the I. So let's go to the next one. And don't have no problem looking at the chart because we don't know this. This is how you start to memorize stuff. I ain't gonna say what this one is, but I'll tell you what the word means since it ain't. This word means, hold on. I know what it means, but I don't want to mess it up. It means like another. Right? Because if I say, all right, come on, Boogie J Bug, hop in. We trying to learn hieratic. The tool is called Basic Lessons in Hieratic. And if you want to be able to decode this stuff, there's a chart. Or you can pull up any hieratic chart and tell us what you think you see as we look over these words. Well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to open another dictionary. Let me close all my stuff. I'll open another dictionary. I still got all my business stuff open and it won't close out. But let me see. And I'm going to open a dictionary that I could qualify what I'm telling you in the Medu Neter. And we'll be able to see these same words in the Medu Neter. So I'm going to put it. Oh, I hate this dictionary. Don't be working for me. Yeah, you're right, Shazmoo. But you put two I's. J Will is 100% correct. Don't forget, Shazmoo, you seen two reed leaves together. So that don't mean put two I's, it mean put a Y. Now I'm gonna put the word in, I'm gonna put KY in here, and it's gonna show you what it means. Key means another, but watch this. I'm saying it means another, but I want the dictionary. See how it says again? Again is another. Again is another time. But we'll talk about that in a minute. You see how key says again? Well, let's look at another key, because you like, hold on. See, this says other. So I said another, I should say other. It's the same thing. But if I want what I'm teaching to match the dictionary, key means other. Now notice here, we got a K and what looks like an A. And not a reed leaf. So you want to see some reed leaves, huh? See, now they go to reed leaves. So sometimes this is another way to say key, but if it's a determinative here of a monkey, you're talking about a monkey. But you can see the reed leaves now. And now we see key with this other determinative means to plot or to plan. But this is the one we are scrutinizing. But what are we looking at it in? Hieratic. So right here in this dictionary, we're reading from left to right. This is the K and this is the Y. But when we come to the hieratic text, we're reading from right to left. This is the K and these two represent the Y sound. So key is other. I know somebody know this word. I'm gonna let y'all look through the chart for a minute. Just a minute. archers can feel free to go on and say, I know that y'all know these. I don't know. I know I'm not the only one to know them. But you almost got that, Shazboo, but you did that wrong, though. All right. All right, so this is the DJ. I could go show y'all on the top. This word is jed. It means to speak. Now remember the dude said, I'm gonna show you some artificially arranged words just to get you familiar with looking at the signs. When we look at the text, these things will be all closer together, harder to make, but this is the word jed. This is the DJ, the capital D. If you go look back up on the chart, let's go look so people can see. Look, when we see a capital D, what do we see? Where's the capital D? Man, where did I miss it? Oh, here it go, right here. See? It's that snake. And then go to lowercase d. So instead of putting DJD, you just put a capital D and a lowercase d for transliteration. You don't see a J right here, but you know a capital D represents the J sound. It's transliteration. The DJ sound or whatever. The DJ sound. Let me see. All right, what's this one then? Everybody know that's a reed leaf in front. What's that after? This word means by. By. It means like done by Smash Rockwell. So what's this word? I'm gonna pop back on the screen real quick. Hope y'all don't mind. Oh, no, not an F. And you got the N right, though. You got the N right, Shazboo. Why you call it an F? Because it looked like an F? You hecka funny. Yeah, it's I-N. It's on. On is how you say, well, I-N you think is going to say N, right? But the I, some say yin. When they're doing Egyptology speak in an institution, they'll say yin for this word. And it means by. It means by. Like by Smash Rockwell. Yin. Now this is going to help us because we about to look at a real text and you're going to be like, damn, I'm noticing some stuff. That's going to be the first inspiration that hits you with some dopamine in your head. Like you're going to feel a little tingle. But you might not sense the tingle. I know how to feel them dopamine tingles. Like when I score a touchdown or something, I could just feel it. I'll be like, that's chillers. People ain't in touch with their body that good though. But anyway, are you going fast now? You said YN. So YN, we often see it as IN, and IN is by. By. All right, next. Uh-oh, this is more complicated. Oh, I see what this is. Let's see if y'all can put this one right here. Oh, yeah, you said NF. You started reading backwards, too. You should have put IN. Remember, we're reading from right to left. Because it's hieratic. It confused you because when I go to the dictionary, we start back reading from left to right. I'm trying to remember what this word means. Yeah, you're close, Shazmoo. You have two of the word letters. You have the first letter and the last letter. If I could call them letters, whatever they are, you have those. What is the one in the middle? You don't remember? It's a T. I'm just going to say it. So the word is NTS. Now, I'm trying to think about what, before I pull up the dictionary, anybody got enough knowledge of the ancient Egyptian language to know off the top of the head what NTS means? Don't look it up in front. Just go in your neurons real quick. I'm going to go on my neurons. I don't know NTS. Nates? Nates. I don't know this word. I'm about to put it in the dictionary. What is an NTS? I'm gonna say all when I look at it. She? Oh, come on, man. So it's an independent pronoun for her. I do know NTS. I just played myself. It's an independent pronoun for she, her, she. All right. And the NT is just he or yeah, okay. I messed that up. No, I didn't. I freshened myself up. So that's NTS. That's she. Uh-oh, this is gonna scare somebody. Damn, guess what this is? All right, I'm gonna help you out. It's a rap group from the 90s. Oh, that's not enough help. This is a rap group from the 90s that was conscious with the word teachers in their name. Write it right now. Use your instinct. Look at what you see, reference the chart, think about a rap group from the 90s with teachers in their name. I know I ain't wrong. Y'all don't know that group? Dang. And you don't know the glyphs on the screen? How else could I show you? Yeah, PRT. This is PRT. PRT. Poor Righteous Teachers. Sankofa knew it. P. Now, what does this word mean? Peret. It means to come forth. Or it could be talking about a season of the 3 seasons of ancient Egypt. Peret is one of them. But PRT. I don't want to be the only one doing them because then, nah. Let somebody. I'm shout out to Shaz Move, shout out to Immortal Dragon, and anybody else. I might be going really fast, but on your, I don't know how you're looking at it, but if you got the document open, you could just keep the chart open, then look at the video and be like, oh, that's that. PRT, Peret. We was talking about that yesterday. Oh, okay. This is a longer word, and I don't know every symbol in it. I'm still gonna call this a P. So this is INP. Oh, this Ampu. Ampu. INPW. Remember I said about the U chick is gonna be that. It's gonna look like a halfway completed W. So this got to be the word Anpu. Anpu is who we call Anubis. You feel me? All right, what we got right here? This is just a T and an N. 10. But I wonder why they got it with a T and an N like this if it means what I think it means, like them. I thought it would be chin or whatever, but it might. Oh, is this not 10? Is that not an N right here? Yeah, that's an N. So that's 10. I'll give y'all a chance. Okay, my bad. My bad. I was just trying to get through the lesson. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to stay on this one. Who could do that? You should be able to do that from memory of the first column that we just did. I'm going to tell you what grammatical position this word holds. This word introduces sentences as a statement of fact. So if you already know the Medu Netre, I'm helping you. You're close, Shazmu. But think about the ancient Egyptian. Yep, you said it, but you didn't transliterate. It's Y or I W U. Yep, you're saying it right. You keep putting you, so you're right, but you're not transliterating it correctly. Just put an I and a W or a Y and a W. Feel me? Because they ain't gonna ask you to put it into what it sound like. They will ask you to transliterate it. Yep. It's a small I and a small U in transliteration. Now this one's gonna cause me to look at the chart. But if I slow down a bit, I'll remember that's an H in the front. So this is, oh, I'm sorry, I'm doing them all. I said it's an H in the front, so why don't y'all tell me what else it is? I can tell you what this word means. In the ancient Egyptian language, this is a word for with. If I'm with you, I'm this word you. Close, very close, Shazmu. You put HNF. The word is henna. Henna, HNA. Henna. With, so, Heru henna wasir. Hor henna wasir. You can't really say and. So if I say Hor henna wasir aset. That's Horus is with. No, now I didn't say the is. If I want to state this as a fact, that could have been a question. Hor is Horus. Some say hair. Hair is Horus, right? Henna, the word we have highlighted on the screen, is a preposition or a conjunction, whatever you call it, with. What is with? Is with a preposition, a conjunction? What is with? I'm with you, Immortal. And I think that's why they said, they taught this first and then the glyphs later. You know why? Because when you see the glyphs, your brain automatically sees another symbol of something. So when you're looking at a bird, it's hard to be like, this is an M. But when you're just looking at a symbol that doesn't really mean anything to you and you attribute something to it, it starts to stick in your brain a little bit easier. It's a conjunction. He said it's a conjunction. So with is a conjunction. Thank you. It's not a preposition. But that's what this is. Henna. Hair, henna, wasir aset. Horus. Now the reason why I said the grammatical construct I just tried to speak could have been posed as a question. Is Horus with his parents? Is Horus with Aset and Wasir? Because we didn't say that word right here at first. This word. If I would have said you hair, if I would have said you hair henna wasir aset, I just stated it as a fact. This you word that we're looking at on the screen is a statement of fact. Whatever follows it, it don't have to be true, but the statement is trying to be stated as like when you say facts. So the person speaking is trying to state it as a fact. If you don't got the you, it could be perspective, or perspective is like, is Heru going to be with his parents? The same sentence. And then it'll turn to a question if it's not perspective. Well, if it's not, perspective is the question in the future tense. I'll remember that. I mean, that's just me saying it. The grammar book ain't saying it. It's just the way I know this. So perspective is the question in the future, not for right now, so to speak. If I'm asking you if Heru is with his parents right now, that ain't really perspective. Perspective is Heru going to be with his parents? So we can move on anyway. And what we got right here, this is a good word. When I see this word, they spelled it out so it can mean other things. But the most common use of this word is going to be to do, to make, or to create. I'll define the words and I'll let you guys transliterate them in the chat. That way it's a healthy workshop. I'm not doing everything. I'm freshening myself up on knowing the meaning. See, this is like, it's like I'm cheating. Because it seems like I know hieratic. I don't. I know medunetia. And when I can see what the hieratic, the cursive of it is, then I go back to what I know of Rodney Kemet, the language. Not the script. I don't know the script. I know the language. So I can tell you what every word means if we identify what, most of these words mean, if we identify what they are. So come on, you broke patah, you're supposed to be doing this word right here. Somebody else, not somebody else, your contributions are much appreciated. But I would love to see if somebody else can knock this down. It's so easy. It's only 2 symbols and you have a chart. And you know you're reading from right to left. And the word means to do, to make, or create. It's ear, I-R. I-R. And if you want to transliterate it with a Y, you'll say year. If you're in a German class, basically, it's year. The Germans do not transliterate an I, they transliterate. So if you're talking to one of your German Egyptologist homies, you got to know even which transliteration schemes to even build with certain scholars with. If they're from the German school of Egyptology, this is year. Like, I can't think of his name right now. J.E. Hoke teaches and whatever. So this word means to do or to create. Who got this one? Oh, this is one y'all be saying all day. Somebody even wrote this in the chat as the video started. But I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not going to transliterate it for you. I can tell you what it means. It means health. Right? Yeah, it means health. Uh-oh, you just put it. Immortal Dragon is the man. Oh, you going fast over there. Who is that going that fast? He said Seneb then pen, but I don't see the pen you looking at. Right here, I'm going down in a row. So this is Seneb right here. But this ain't pen. But Seneb is 100% right. For number 14, we're on number 17. I'm not going to the left, I'm going down. Oh, you was going this way. Okay, I see. See, I'm going this way so people can't just look at the answers. You can, but I'm on number 17. He's right. Seneb then pen. No, this is PTH, Patah. So, all right. So I don't know where you got the pen from. Oh, you was up here. We way down here. I don't know how that happened. But this word is Seneb for health. This word is NTK, Netek. It means you. It's just like Nates over here, which means she. This is the masculine form of it. It has a K at the end. The feminine form has an S at the end. It's an independent pronoun for you. Uh-oh. I don't know this right here. I think it's a bird, though. I know it ain't the oot chick. Is this pa? Is this word pa? Is this an A? Oh, yeah, this is pa. This is an A, huh? So, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at this symbol in my memory and scroll up to the A. That's all you got to do, bruh. I mean, I know you know that's all you got to do. And it is an A. So the word is pa. Pa means, and the funny part that I'm happy that I get to add the meaning to these words to this video, because that's not in this document. And if you want to vet anything I'm saying about the meanings to this word, you can just simply open up Vigus dictionary. Pa means the. Pa. The. This or the. See? But it's going to be the most often. Right? So that's what pa means. Oh, dang. Hold up. It's right here. That's the. Let's go. I'm skipping around so people, you know, we're doing. This is just like pa is the. Let me explain. Pa is masculine, the. This is feminine, the. Tell me what it is. Transliterate it in the chat. So if you're talking about a woman, you're going to use this one if you say the lady, the beautiful lady. But if you say, yeah, that's good, Shazmoo, correct. You use a T for the femininity, you use a P for the masculinity. What we have here? Oh, wait a minute. Well, if this, well, I might have messed up the meaning to one of them. Here it is right here so I can check it. I might have messed up the meaning of one of them because, let me see. Let's go. Yeah, now I can't wait to get to the real exercises. Wait a minute, what happened? Did I go back too far? Oh yeah, I went down too far. I think I messed up the meaning to this one. I said it was you. This is she and this is he. And this, because see, he is third person. She is third person. If I say she, it has to be another person there that's the second person listening to me say she. So you telling the second person about the third person. So she is third person. So that's why I know that this ain't, it can't go with this because this has, it can't, you is second person. So I was wrong. This must be third person if this is third person. If this is she, then this is he. He is third person, meaning the first person is speaking, the second person is listening. So if I say you, I'm talking to the second person. That's this one, right? Now I'm confusing myself. But this is NTF. So just go to my regular metanetter pronouns. F is he. Ek is you. So this is you and this is he. I was right at first. This is he, this is she, These two are third person. This is second person. I had to just make sure I went over that right. But y'all see how these all three are similar. All the only thing that changes is the final glyph. NT, NT, NT. NTS, she. NTF, he. NTX, you. Right? Okay, I think I straightened that out. What's this word? Somebody already said this word. I'll let y'all put it in the chat. This is a netcher. This ain't, first of all, this is a basic lesson on hieratic. If you learn this, you can't read hieratic. But if you learn this, you are taking an inspirational step towards learning how to read hieratic. A very strong one. But you're never, what I'm trying to tell you is you're never going to see these words this way. They all going to be squished together. Feel me? So this is the first step. It's just like, I seen my man say the Arab sword thing is the H. If that's this, yeah, that is an H. If that's the Arab sword, yep, that is an H, correct. And use whatever you use, just like you identified it that way, continue to identify it that way. Because it's natural to you, and every time you see what looks like an Arab sword to you, you'll remember it's an H. Don't try to use somebody else's template. I'll be always using my own, and people be mad. Like, look at the hips. And they be like, oh, that's not that. I'm like, but every time I see it, I think of that, and it helped me to remember what it is. So yeah, the Arab sword would be an H. So what are the other two? Don't forget we're reading from right to left. Always with hieratic. With most always. PTH. I'm sorry if I spoiled it for someone who was looking. PTH represents the Netra Ptah. This is why, now look at this. Think about the Greeks wasn't around. So don't tell me that when you see a P and a T, that it's a consonant cluster where the P is silent and you calling the ancient Egyptian god Ta. You see how dumb that look now that we looking at the hieratic? We taking something from thousands of years later, how Greeks talked later. Oh, don't say Ptolemy, say Ptolemy. All right, I'm going to do that with Ptolemy, but don't say Ta, say Ptah. Anybody who says the god Ta, I'll be like, who the hell is the god Ta? Do you read Meta Nature? Are you applying Greek rules? Rules of how to read Greek to the ancient Egyptian language? So this is Ptah, and feel proud at putting some P-pop on the P. I'm going to move my P-popper. Ptah. All right? Like, I hate when they say Merneptah. Dude, that makes no sense. It don't translate back to nothing. Like you say Tadank Amen, that translates back to something. We know what you saying, even if it ain't how it was said. We know the word Ankh. We know the word Tut. We know the word Amen. That's right. Do you know what a Nep-Ta is? Mer is love, because that's still intact. There's no Nep, and there's no Ta. His name was Mer-in-Ptah. But see, they Greekanize shit, and you get it taught to people, taught to you by people who Europeanize everything. And so if the Greeks didn't pronounce the P, They surely didn't pronounce the P in Africa because the Greeks is first to them. I mean, not chronologically, but totem pole. You feel me? But all right, let's go over here. Did I make up a new word? Totem pole. I think that's a new word they need to put in the books. Totem pole, bro. Anyway, this word here is ket. Now, since they spell it with this K, you know I'm not going to say it's ket. Since they spelled it with this way, I'm going to say this K, I'm going to say the word is cat. Do you agree or disagree? You see, words aren't the meanings. Because how could you hear a word and not know what it means? So if words aren't their meanings, then if someone wrote a K and a T on the wall, the ancient Egyptian would have the same problem that you have now if you don't know what this means. Because the word ain't the meaning, right? So then this is my way to figure out that this is a word for work and not a word for things, because they use the K, which represents the bold K. We don't see a bird in the middle, which will represent the vulture for A, but we do see the T at the end, to the left most. So KT, not QT or not KHT. KT is work. You might see it as K. I'm going to prove it with the dictionary, and I'm not going to put the A. I know if I put the A, it'll take me right to it. But since we don't see the A, I could be wrong. It could just be other. Yeah, because they didn't put the A, I'm wrong. See, but look, this don't got the A either. Y'all see that backwards 3 right there? It's not represented here, but I'm going to say, I think I will go with this cat besides the one I'm thinking about. Let me show you the difference. When I put it's not work. I don't think they'd be teaching you that this early. Wow, look, see, this is the word I was talking about. Work. But notice, it ain't no K over here. You just see this determinative. Let's see if we can find this work with a K. It's going to be the Ka arms. I messed up. So yeah, this got the Ka arms. That's why they always put the A on it. So they never spell work. Well, I'm not going to say they never spell it. But work, which is the wrong word that I said, it is cat. KT does mean work, but KAT means work. And that's because they use these Ka arms, which isn't just a monoliteral. It has 2 sounds, a K and an A. That's why you see it like this. So, okay, I had to straighten that out. So this isn't work, this is other. And that was a good one, Immortal. X, that was a good try with the XT, but it was the KT. This is a good one. This is a good one. Who want to put with this? Yeah, there you go, Shazmo. It's Boo. Boo is an ancient Egyptian word that means place. If I open the dictionary now, I'll type BU. I mean, I'm not going to be opening the dictionary for all these simple ass words. Boo. Not that boo. That's negation, boo. You're not going to come across that. You're going to get boo for like a... So boo nefer is not... I mean, it is good, but it's like the place of good. But this is the boo that you're dealing with. A boo is like the most common use of that boo. It is a place or a thing at that place, but normally like, so think about a noun as a person, a place, or a thing. Well, boo describes two categories of those nouns. You can have boo nefer, a good place, or boo nefer, a good thing. You see what I mean? Boo Fair, Boo Fair. Boo Ben, a bad place. Boo Ben. And then that's how they would use boo. Oh man, if I don't stop doing that, I keep closing the document. So here we go. And the last one we got is what? Then we're gonna go to the really fun part, and I'll probably end it at 2 hours or something. What's this last word we got here? This last word I'm just gonna hit y'all off. It is pen. So pen works with another word, path. It reminds me of my man Dress from the Black Sheep. You can get with this, or you can get with that. Pef and pen is this and that. But in my memory, pen is, let me see, I want to get this right. Pen is this, and pef is that. Now let me see if I'm right. Pen is this, and pef is that. I could be wrong. Pen is this, and pef is that. Yeah, pen is this, I told you. Pen is this, pef is that. So you'll see that P with an F after it, that's that. You see a P with an N after it, that's this. Pen. The P is this square. But since we learned in hieratic, the P is this thing that looks like an E laying on its back, or some reed leaves or whatever. So that was fun for me, believe it or not. And since it's Friday, I guess I'm going to spend some time just relaxing and enjoying life, man. How often do y'all just enjoy life? Are y'all old enough to sit at a park with nothing to do? Are you old enough to enjoy silence? I'm at that age. I'll be like, oh, it's hella quiet. Chillers. But you might have had to have raised hella kids to know what that's all about. All right, so we're going to go to the second exercise. Lesson 2. No, I don't want to do this. You could do this by yourself. I want to go further to lesson EB, because exercise 2A, where we can look at real text the way we'll see it. You see what I'm saying? In this exercise, some words are presented which are spelled with alphabetic signs and determinatives. The signs may not be grouped as they would be in the actual text. Now I want to go to exercise 2B. Because I'm going to end this soon, and I want to just look at how stuff looks in the actual text. Now this is 2B. Now you notice some of the groupings are different because this is how things will be in the actual text. Ancient Egyptians had something called group writing. And you have to know group writing to even know how to read this. So, for instance, I'm going to see how he explains it. In this exercise, some words are presented which are spelled in alphabetic signs determinative, grouped as they would be in the actual text. For some practice reading sentences, try exercise C. I'll do that next. If you wish, you can type the answer to the text boxes provided and send them to be checked. Well, I'll check them right now. But first, I don't know if I can check them, because what the hell is this? So let's try it. Well, I do know that some of the glyphs that we skipped over have been introduced to this portion of the text. But my man trying to act like he know this word already, Shazmu, and he say that this word is woman. Now I'm going to show you, the first thing we need to understand is we can't get to talking about the words yet, because we took people from looking at pseudo writings to writings the way that it would actually be on a text. So it's something to learn here. We're still reading from right to left, but glyphs on the top take priority. That's all you have to remember. And then it'll make the numbering the glyphs very easy. So if I ask you to number these glyphs, because before you read them, you have to know the order. And if we're still reading from right to left, and the glyph that's on top takes priority, then you number these 1, 2, 3. Right? How would you number these? Yeah, but once you learn this system, it's going to be easy. You know, it's a simple system. From right to left, and the glyphs at the top take priority. So this is the rightmost glyph. So this is what I mean. The glyphs on the top take second priority. The glyphs to the right take first priority. So the first glyph is this one because it's the most right. Now you got 2 glyphs next to it, so which one takes priority? The one on top, then the one under it. Every time you come to stack glyphs, the one on, so now what if you got this? Where the glyph on top is on top of both of the bottom ones. Somebody number these glyphs. What do you read first? And tell me what letter that is you reading. Come on now, we not no chumps. I mean, you can say the whole word if you want to, but I can't say the whole word, so you probably can't either. It's a fairly simple word, and if I guess, I can tell you what it is. The problem I'm having is with what I don't want to tell you. You said top, right, left, correct. Because if the glyphs is over both of them, you're still reading from right to left. So you start at the top, right to left. Right here, the same thing, but I'm going to keep doing it so that we can get it. So now, and since we know the system, I'm not even going to ask you to do too much because I skipped over too much. Like this one, no one had a chance to learn this glyph. No one had a chance to learn this glyph. But they're in the document up here. I just skipped over those sections, see? And I ain't going to take time going, this is that, this is that. You have to do some things on your own. I'm sorry, man, as it just get too stretched out. But I can go back to, so this is where we left off. We did these, right? Yeah, we did these. So now in exercise B, there has to be some place where so this is what he did. He introduced the determinatives. All right, well, since I'm not going to go one by one, we'll just pick them out as we need them. For instance, the one I need now is this. What is this? So let's go find it. And first I have to remember, it looked kind of crocodile-y. I mean, something like, it has a low profile is what I remember. And it has this hook over here to the right. I mean, it's not really easy to remember that shape. Well, let's see. See, I didn't even see it in none of those. Hold on, man. So he introduces stuff that you don't got the, is it this? That wasn't that. Or was it this? Not a boat or a ship. Let me go look again. See, that's what I'm saying. How about this thing that looked like a top hat, bro? I don't remember that. I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning, dude. And I know that ain't the case. It could just be my lack of due diligence. Y'all could probably find that in there. What's up with Christopher? Yeah, we trying to get people juiced about this. And I know you can help. Oh, yeah, that was in there. It was a Q. So that was my lack of due diligence. It's an S and a Q, y'all. That's me. So always don't be mad if it's you. Allow it to be you. Like, I mean, what's the big deal? Because you straighten things out, and with that humility, you can get to the truth. So that's an S and a Q. So let's go back. In this, we see, where did it go? Right here. So now, who remember what this is right here? Somebody put it in the chat if you remember. I just said that this was the S or the Q. Which one do you remember this to be? This is a S. But is it SH? Oh boy. It's SH. All right, remember that. It's an S in transliteration, but this S represents a S and a H. So the glyph, which is just a rectangle, looks like this old weird thing for some reason in the hieratic of the storybook. I mean the shipwreck seller. All hieratic don't look the same. So we got that first word though. Now you see this is what is the determinative. All right, this document is called Basic Lessons in Hieratic. Shout out to you for saying you're going to download it tonight. That just got me juicing, Mortal. I can't wait till you come back and teach me something. I'm going to be like, damn, you've been getting it in. This is just a determinative for what looks like a man. But I suspect this right here to be an A. So ASH isn't a word I'm familiar with. Let's go find out what that is. It was like a squiggly line. Here we go. It is an A. It seems like that's the closest to that squiggly line. So I was right. But then now I'm probing my brain for what is a word in ancient Egyptian that is ASH. Ash. I don't know that word. Maybe I'm still messing something up. ASH. All right, so since I don't have much longer in this video, and I'm at a point where, you know, it would have to turn into a workshop for us to be disseminating proper right information. I'm not even going to stretch this show out to 2 or 3 more hours. I'm going to encourage cats to, but I want to pick up where I left off real quick. And then I want to encourage cats to, if you're interested in this, pick it up. What did I just do? I rotated the book. I'm gonna do some of these sentences to end the show, but first I have to get back to where I was just at. Just give me a moment. We were right here. So that is an ASH with a woman. This is a man behind it, right? Look, so you go to your determinatives. That's to talk, to eat. Oh, so ASH got something to do with talking and eating. The man looks different. So when you see this one, it's talk to eat. So I still don't know this word. So I'm gonna look it up. ASH. I don't know why they doing me like this. Why would he use a word like that I don't know? Use words I know, homie. Let me see. The summons? Yeah, I guess it's the summons. So it's probably shorter for this longer word. Yeah, I think it's the summons. Y'all can help me. Yeah, it's the summons. There it go again. Yep, it's the summons. All right, so I learned something. That word means to summons. And I'm not doing this. I'm going to go down to the funner part right here. Now it's starting to look, some texts actually look like this. So again, there's hardly ever going to be no text that look like this. Or like this. All spaced out for you and making it all easy. But some texts will have at least spacing like this. But majority of them is going to be all jumbled up. And you, see, look how this looked like a bunch of scribble scrabble. At the beginning, thank you, Chris. I knew something was up. At the beginning of the show, tell the truth. To your own cognition, this looked more like scribble scrabble than it does now. So pat yourself on the back. Anybody watching this video, I know it did. That's the effect it has on you. It don't even look as much like scribble scrabble, huh? But looking at these spaced out ones helps us later, because when we look at a real text, they ain't even tripping off trying to help you read it. They just writing hella fast. And all of these be connecting. A lot of them connect, and there's a word for that. And I'm sorry, the word is evading me right now. Right? And so, but still, we, from our limited knowledge, we still remember that this is a reed leaf, right? And if I'm correct, this ain't an uchik. Well, this is an uchik. Because I remember he explained that the uchik changes. Watch this. Let me tell you, you got to have that memory. He gonna say that the uchik changes. That was one of the first things we read. So look at this. The first footnote about an hour ago, it said that the uchik is about to change. Look, right here. Oh, but I didn't do it. Oh, yeah, here we go. There was also a second form in hieratic. See, it's that S. So I just remembered that, and I got that one down there right. That feel hella good to me. Like, I mean, I'm just being honest. I used to get kicks out of little stupid shit. Like, you know, now I'm getting kicks out of something like this. That's tight. But what is this? So this word is, if this is a reed leaf and an uchik, then what is this word? And what is this sentence? I can tell you, we have to know the grammar already. But if, and it's not going to betray me, this is a rule only taught by certain teachers, but whatever's following this is supposed to be stated as the reader wanted it to be a fact. If not, the word is will substitute for that. And if you think about it, the word is does exactly that. Because either he is or he ain't. Either it is or it ain't. And if it is, this is the type of statement of fact I'm talking about. So some just translate this as is sometimes. But I don't know the rest of this sentence. So I can tell you the second word is jed. We know because we see that snake and then that D. So now we got you jed. So you is a statement of fact or the start of a sentence. I'm not going to call it that until I read the whole sentence. Jed means to speak. Uh-oh. I know this is a man right here. Determinative. So therefore, what is this? This is a man determinative. We could go back up and look while we try to look for this too. That looked like Mona Lisa outline with her hair going to the right with no face stuff typed in here. But I don't want to mess y'all up. I know this man, I know where to find him right here, look. See? Man. But that other thing, oh, here we go. Writing, it's sesh. Oh, Chris, you raw. See, Chris, I forgot to tell y'all, Chris know all this stuff already. That's why he just said sesh. And then I found it on the screen and I looked over to the chat. It was already in the chat. Sesh. So let's go back and read and begin to feel good. But because this is like reading The Cat in the Hat. You feel me? Like, but if I could read The Cat in the Hat in a different language, I'm satisfied with that. So this right here is you. So this is said, but it ain't no, or to speak. Now, if this is a scribe, I'm taking this as a verb, right? So speaking, the scribe says, scribe, all right, now I got the determinative for the scribe. Now we have an N right here. And I'm not going to think, I think this is his own word. We worked this word out earlier. So this was a S and then a, hey, who remember this word? I'm so bootsy. It's the S and then the what? Come on, Chris, I know you know. I'm going to find it while somebody is referencing it. But this is pen. Oh, I'm not going to look. I'm going to go into my brain and figure this out. So if this is pen, that means this. So they're talking about this thing. So this is a thing. So this is a noun. At least I know it's a noun because it has a preposition before it connecting it to this noun. See what I'm saying? This is why you learn the grammar. So the sesh is a person because it put a man behind it. So this is not writings, it's a writer. So it's a scribe of this. Oh, this was a command, or it was a command, huh? See, that's how you figure stuff out. That's how you figure stuff out. If it ain't a command, I kind of remember it was something like that. Let me go look now. So, and then I'm gonna look, and it's gonna be in the chat, man. What was that? That wasn't a command. Oh, I looked it up in the dictionary. It's still fresh in the dictionary. The summons. It was a man? Oh, I messed that up. Let me go back. It wasn't a summons. It's a man. Okay, this man. Let me go see where I'm making this mistake. Oh, boy. Oh, that's a man? Yeah, that's just sa. So what is this thing doing if it's just an S? What is this? That's his, because I see a single stroke. This man. So that says this man. So speaking, the scribe speaking for this man. So this says it's a fact that the scribe was speaking for this man, but don't say it's a fact that the scribe is speaking for this man. Okay. So is that correct? Am I right with that? The scribe is speaking for this man. Y'all know that's what that say, right? Damn, we know that's what that say. We get raw every show. But see, this is the grammar we want to work on. I'm saying he is speaking for it because, Chris, I know we could debate about this. I can't really debate with you about this, but I'm injecting the you now, as I understand it to be a statement of fact, and describe, this is a verb, so speaking is occurring, right? Okay, so the scribe is speaking for, but see you saying two. All right, that's the one. That's the part we got to talk about the grammar. Oh, I'm gonna open up the chat damn near, but the show about to end because I can't do 3 hours today. So this is my issue I'm having. You said to this man. I'm saying for this man, and we talked about this before, Chris, when I remember, and you straightened me out why this is, he's not speaking for the man. He's not talking to another person like a lawyer speaking for the man. He's speaking to the man because we just see a simple in right here, preposition. And I can't take that too far. So he's speaking to the man. Uh-oh. What's this one? Another statement of fact, or another start of a sentence, I should say. And then we have, since I remember that they didn't close the mouth on this R, we got an R and what looks like KH. So we got the word for knowledge with, am I correct? We got the word for knowledge with the papyrus roll behind it. We have the word for knowledge with the, so this is the knowledgeable scribe. Or the knowledge, it don't say of the scribe. Oh, but this is a verb knowledge because it's starting at the beginning. So this is the thoughts or the knowing. The scribe knows, wait, and what is this? Secure is what? Secure. Oh, so all right, this is the scribe of powerful knowledge. Wait, the scribe knowledge knows powerful things. I mean, so secure, I'm getting power. Let me go look that up. SXR. The plan. Okay, the plan. I said power. You said the plan. That's the matter right there. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Oh, the plan. I just passed it. Look, y'all. It's a care. At least I identified it though. The care right there. So this is so let me read that right. The scribe knows. Wait. I'm trying to get this knowledge right here. So I'm gonna read it literally. You, statement of fact, rec, knowledge or knowing, scribe, sesh, secure, playing. The scribe knows the wait. I don't. How do you read this? He knows the plan. See, knowing the scribe's plan. I would like to know how y'all translating this first word. I keep calling it rec, like knowledge. Thoughts of a plan, whatever. I'm gonna proceed to somebody write what they got in the chat. 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'll finish this little thing if I can. This is a reed leaf and an uchik. So this is the same as this, but in a different way. This is a P. Now the scribe knows the plan. Okay, now, yep. Now, people often put now for that too. Scribe knowing, all right, scribe knows the plan. All right, yep. The scribe has knowledge of the plan. Yep, that's perfect. Shazmo, correct. I'm forgetting what this is. Is it uchik? Is it a it got these feet with it. So what is this, man? P A? This is an A. But this ain't a P. This is a H. So this word is who? To descend. This word is to descend, but it ain't written all the way out. It's like H-A-I. Am I wrong? To descend. And this is a man right here. So this is a man descends to. Where are you about to go? A man descends to. What the hell is this? Pets? Sapet? What is this? What's this on top? That's a P and that's a T. Hotep? Wait. No. Dang. I don't know this one. PT, something PT. I could just go look up, but I don't feel like it. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So I woke up at like 4 in the morning to play games because I can't do that shit during the daytime and feel right. And the whole EA server would not even let me come on. I was like, what's going on? So I made up some work to do. I went in the back and started lifting weights, but even get on the server. Now, I don't know if y'all know which glyph I'm looking for, but I must identify it before I end this show. It's this one. It's a D. It's a D. So in this sentence, this is a D. So DPT, this is a boat. Come on, man. DPT, a boat, his boat. This is the F. So this says his boat. So to his boat. A man, so what happened? Oh, he descended to his boat. That's the only one I got perfectly right. It ain't no peasant in this, homie. Don't be calling the man a peasant, homie. This is simply a man descending to his boat. Man, the more we do this, they gonna be like, man, y'all beat the brakes off them dudes. Here's another thing. If you have enough time, memorize text. Memorize text. Memorize text. It's not going to change. So if you know this sentence out of the Shipwrecked Sailor and you just read it, when I see the Shipwrecked Sailor, I'm going to read this sentence. Oh, that's a good question. And so this isn't Hotch that we're looking at. This is some guy who just made lessons, but he took it for probably was from that Hulk work, but I thought it was Moliere, M-U-E, I think, L-L-E-R, M-O-E, Mo, M-O-E-L-L-E-R, hieratic. And if it's not, he definitely has useful work. But I think I got that sentence right, because this is his boat, DPT, and they go to boat determinative, and they go to man, the pronoun for man. They're going to say, so all of these sentences start with the same thing in different forms. A you. You can mean that the sentence is a statement of fact. You can mean it is. You can mean now. But it normally just means that a new sentence is starting. So this is starting weird to me. Because if this was behind something, I would have thought it was a determinative. But since the sentence is starting with this, I have to go back and look, because there's no reference point in my brain for what that is. So I'm about to go look over the letters. We're going to find it hella quick. It wasn't this, was it? The hard part about finding it is remembering the shape of what you're trying to even find. Let me see if it looked like that. I don't even remember what it looked like. Too many symbols. All right, it looked like some legs on the ground with an M. Now, why would the sentence start with legs? I mean, sentence could start with legs. With that, I don't know what's up with that. Let me go check that out. See if it's over in the determinative stuff. See, I thought it was that, but it looked more sloppy than that. It might be that, though. But a sentence shouldn't start with a determinative like that. That ain't always a determinative. It's often a word. And maybe in the Shipwrecked Sailor, it was used as a word. I'm looking for something with a low profile that looked like legs, but it got something sticking out from it. I haven't identified it. If y'all know what that is, I'm not going to stay on that for too long. I'm trying to end this inspirational. I wouldn't even call this a lesson. It's just only meant to inspire you to get the proper stuff. And if I got something wrong, you can come back and show me what that was. All right, so that's what Kim looks like in hieratic. In case you ever wanted to know. Well, let me get back to where I was. This is different. Oh, yeah, he just introduced a bunch more. Oh, wait a minute. I was trying to find this right here. I don't know what it is, but I know this is like an M, right? The backwards 3. They're going to word for man. And then key, so this is another man. Shem, is this Shem? I mean, I don't know, something about another man right here. And then we got Secker, the plan. So something to tell another man the plan by, I forgot what this was. But yep, all right, this is about telling another man the plan, basically. And lastly, we got Usser, that looks like Usser, the glyph. I can't even do, oh, Sejum? This is Sejum. Oh, this is Sejum. Okay, yeah. I didn't look over triliterals. So he's gonna hear, another man heard the plan. Another man heard the plan. But this word, I'm gonna go on and get this word. Something with the T, so let me go see what that is. I know that ain't no deputy. Oh, the town. Okay. So Niut is the word. Because it's not used as a determinative here. It don't appear to be. I'm all over the place. Of the town, the plans by the town, in the city, in. I said by the town, in the city. I'm just so saying the town because I'm from Oakland and we call that the town, man. Frisco is the city. Feel me? That was a good one. Thanks for the help, Chris. I'm gonna try this last one. I was trying it. I see the man with the man determinative right here. And this looks like Usair, but I don't know what this is. And I know this was, we figured this out, the scribe of the scribe. And this is a reed leaf, something in the R. All right, I'll pick up here next time. I'd like to thank y'all for watching. Hopefully, if you find this video later, and it inspires you, come back to when we live and participate. It's all good. Let me come on the big screen and holler and thank my supporters. My supporters and the people, who make the show pop and crack. I'm a rapper professionally. I'm not an Egyptologist. I don't have no credentials. I'm just from a group called Hieroglyphics. And a long time ago, I was like, man, I need to learn the glyphs. So now, I enjoy teaching the glyphs live so that I can be corrected. You know what I'm saying? And so that it could be like a workshop. So thanks for everybody contributing to the show. I'm about to go chill.